So I just spent like the last 8 hours watching Stabaru play Wuthering Waves. I'm gonna go ahead and preface it right now. A good chunk of this stuff in here is wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the video out anyway. I kind of want to do comparisons down the road anyway, so you'll see what I mean when we get there. All right, okay. Ayo, welcome once again to Open Mic Gaming. I'm Jiraga, and all this week, we've been deep diving into the footage released, mainly the IGN footage and the bits and pieces we got from the closed beta trailer and showcase. If you've missed them, we already have 3 videos covering Jian, Young, and most recently, Chixia. So, if you haven't checked them out already, I highly suggest you do, just so you know how we operate around these parts. But with all that said and done, ladies and gents, we have ourselves a double feature on our hands. Today, we're looking at Blue Markiplier, whose real name we still don't know, and Red Dude, whose name is apparently known, but just in case, we finna just call him Red Dude. He can tell us his name when he's ready, and not a moment sooner. Now then, let's get into it. He's got scaly skin, he's probably good at science, and he's Red Dude. So, like Chixia, he uses guns. They look related. Already cool they share a weapon. But what interests me the most about Red Dude is his resonance liberation. You see, in the FGC, aka the fighting game community, we have a term called install or install super. In simple terms, character enters a powered up state, sometimes gets new moves, sometimes old moves gain new properties. You likely know a few characters from various games that have this. Here's an example, and maybe you've heard of him. Jian. Yes, his Dragon Bankai state would be considered an install super. Well, Red Dude essentially has one as well. See, this here is his normal attack chain. Again, assuming there are no modifiers involved. Pretty straightforward. Now, here's the same thing, but after the install super is activated. Mostly the same animations from Red Dude, but now we're seeing these bolt-like projectiles flying out from behind him. Now, I don't want to say that these projectiles are thermo or dark or havoc. I think that's the term for dark damage in Wuthering Waves. Regardless, these projectiles flow out of him periodically, but we can only speculate how much damage they're actually doing. I'm gonna assume it's probably a lot, because big damage makes me happy. That said, I do think that little AoE there, that might be his resonance skill, maybe? But here's a little interesting tidbit. When Red Dude uses his resonance liberation, there's this wicked looking shape in the air. It looks like a dragon with no arms nor legs. Now, this type of dragon is called an amphitheater. I think I said that right. There's a reason I bring attention to this though. Take a look at this clip from the IGN 11-minute gameplay. Now, I know a handful of you saw this thing in the sky and wondered what it could be. To me, it looks just like an amphitheater as well. Both that shape from Red Dude's resonance liberation and the sky thing, they both look very similar to amphitheaters. Not only that, but some of Red Dude's exposed skin resembles the scales of a dragon, maybe, right? Kinda? And those eyes! Take a look at the eyes! That there be snake eyes! Or serpent? Or dragon? Nay! Amphitheater! And I'm just clowning. Or am I? No, I am. A connection could be drawn from it, but hey, who knows? Could be very wrong about this one too. Alright, now for the hard part. The Blue Man. Lots of folks like the brawler archetype, myself included. But when it comes to breaking down what this man is doing, it is truly difficult. The only thing I can even slightly say with confidence is that pillar thing. That is definitely his. Now he put that down at some point, and he even has another in this attack here. Here, at least, we can call a spade a spade. As to what it's doing, honestly, I stared at this thing for like 20 minutes trying to figure out what it could be doing. At first, I thought maybe it brought the lightning bolt down here, but that's too inconsistent with the rest of the clip. All we can really tell is that the pillar produces a blue, nearly invisible aura in a circle around itself. It could be providing you with a buff or debuffing all the enemies within the area, maybe like making them take increased lightning damage, who knows? I was curious if he could interact with it somehow because we do at least see him slamming another one down on an enemy. It's too little to go off of, truthfully. Oh, and he turns his hat into a short-range circular projectile. It even has a little AoE around it too. It looks to be part of his basic attack chain. See, here. It is a little harder to see at this angle, but look, the hat ends up behind the enemy with the AoE and all. His attacks, especially his kicks, look super clean. But what I did notice about them is when he's kicking, he has his hand holding his hat, and there's nothing on his hands. But when it comes down to throw hands, he puts on some nutty looking gauntlets or cestus or whatever you want to call them. Very spiky and definitely not tournament legal boxing gloves. He takes them off again when he slams that pillar on the enemy. And you know what? I'm gonna go on a limb and make a wild speculation. You ready for this? I really don't think that pillar is part of his combo chain. I think it's his resonance skill. I bet he can press it to drop it on an enemy or hold it to drop it into the ground and keep it there for a short time. Completely baseless speculation by me. And with that, folks, I think we've brought this one to a close. Now, as we wrap this one up, the closed beta will be starting up very soon. And when it does, these videos will be rendered completely useless. So, you might ask, what does that mean for the channel? Well, as I have been hinting at all week, I have a video planned to discuss the future of the channel and why I made it in the first place. As you probably noticed by now, this channel is fairly new in the content department, huh? Well, you'd be surprised to know this actually isn't my first time making content, or maybe you're not surprised. In any case, the next video will detail all of that and more. So please stay tuned for it. But for the time being, this has been Jiraga with Open Mic Gaming, and I will see you fine folks very soon. Peace.